Okay, students, I'm going to teach you how to create a displacement map using your face. We've already went through this, but some of you are still confused or might have to back up and redo things. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is open up your displaced image, Command O. Now keep in mind I'm using Adobe Creative Cloud or CC 2014 and you're still on CS 5.1, but all the information is pretty much the same. You shouldn't see any now. I'm going to use something I photographed over this is something from Cabo in Mexico over the summer. But I'm going to use this image. I don't have a headshot on me, so I'm just going to use this image. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to crop square. So hit C from a crop tool, and make sure up here it says 1 by 1. Now yours looks a little different, and make sure it says 1 inch by 1 inch. There may be a drop down over here that shows square. Or you can always just click holding your shift key with your crop tool and click and crop you a square. And I want you to get close to your face like this, something like this. There we go. And then hit your checkbox or return on your keyboard and get somewhere close where you can see that. Man, I'm good looking. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so you got your face cropped. Now the first thing, or the second thing I want you to do, I want you to do a save as. Command Shift S or a file save as and name it original. And the reason why we're doing that now is because we have just cropped it. Anytime you see this JPEG window right here, if you're going to upload it to Edmodo, please change it to 8. But if you're working on it like we are now, make sure it says 12. This is basically a JPEG crunch option, and we don't want to get into that. We'll get into that later, but make sure it says 12 for this version right here. And now I want you to, we've saved our original. We're going to turn it into a black and white image. There's several ways you can do that. We're going to use the filter method. We're going to go to, first thing we do is duplicate the layer, Command J. And then we're going to go up to Image, Adjustment, or Mode. I'm sorry, Adjustment. There should be a black and white, there it is, black and white filter. So image adjustment, black and white filter, click OK, and you're going to have all these options over here. I need you to find the one that gives you the most gray, the most gradation of gray. See how there's dark black here, but then there's a darker gray, and then a lighter gray, and then my teeth are still gray, but there's still some white here. So we're going to go with this one right here, darker, or you can try green. That don't look too bad. Just play around with some of these presets here and look at the differences. And by the way, these are based on original black and white photography when you actually put a green filter in front of a black and white film on front of the lens, and it would change the contrast. It's basically all you're doing. Let's all go with the green filter, okay? Green. Perfect. Now you have a black and white version and a color version right here. Two different layers here. You see that? Now, this is going to be the part where you might get a little uneasy, but do it anyway. Trust me. We need to add some noise. We're going to go Filter, Noise, Median. Let me do that again. Filter, Noise, Median. Now we're going to jack up the noise to give it, you don't want no noise. We don't want no noise. You want some noise, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to drag it all the way over to the right and wonder what happened. Now see how my computer's slowing up? I'm going to drag it right back here. Let's go. You decide how you want it, but make it look blurry like this, okay? That's the whole idea. Not too blurry. There we go. There we go. That's good right there. I'm going to click OK. So it's nice and blurry. Now we're going to blur it some more. We're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And the Gaussian Blur slider, don't jack it all the way to the right, please. Please don't do that. That looks like duty. We don't want that. Bring it down nice and low, I don't know, 3 or 4 pixels, somewhere around there. Now my image is smaller than yours, so I'm going 2.5. And I'm going to click OK. Now you're wondering, what am I going to do with this? Well, this is basically going to map the grays to create the map that we're going to put on the original. So here we are at this point. We need to do a save as, Command Shift S, or File Save As, and we're going to name this Displaced and let it be the Photoshop document that it is. Put it in the same place and click Save. Now we're done with this. We're going to Command W to close it, And I want you to go back and open, Command O, open the original, the awesome picture. Okay, there's the original. We got it open. Now we're going to go ahead and lay our text. Grab your type tool and make sure your text is, I don't know, at least covering all of your face. Okay, so I'll press escape. Now click and drag a box all the way down, just like that. There we go. Now I already have some text typed into a Word document, so I'm just going to select it and copy it. Keep in mind, guys, the assignment says you need to use the job description and job names and in any and or all the requirements of that job. That's what you're pasting. You're not pasting your name or something, some silly phrase. You're pasting this information from the assignment earlier about career choices. So I've copied that type. I'm going to come back here, and looks like I've got two type layers. So I'm going to throw that one in the trash, and I'm going to paste it into this one right here. Now, see how it formatted? Not good. So it's all jacked up to the top. I hit Command A and selected all the text, or you can double click the T type tool, or the T layer. And first thing I want you to do is change that type to black. There we go. And then go to Window, Character. Now you probably didn't learn this last year, but you're learning it now. In the character panel, there's a thing called leading, and that's basically line spacing. If you click the letter and drag right or left, it will space out the text. Now please don't do that. Make it look normal, because it's about the text. It's not about you. Just a little bit less. There we go. Now it doesn't fill. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to leave it at Bakersfield italic. You choose the type that you want. It's up to you. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is select the type again in here. Command C to copy. I'm going to click at the end of the type, end of the sentence, and I'm going to hit the space bar and Command V to paste. Now I have it filled. You see that? I hit my checkbox. Bam. Now we're ready to displace the text. First thing I want you to do is right click the layer, not the T or not the letters, but the layer, and choose Convert to Smart Object. When we turn to a Smart Object, we'll be able to edit this text later in case you misspelled a word. If that makes any sense. We're going to preserve the text editing ability. Okay, so we right clicked and chose Convert to Smart Object, and now we're going to go up to Filter, Distort, Displace. Filter, Distort, Displace. Now it's going to give you some options here. Please let it be 1010. Just let it default to whatever it says and click OK. And then it's going to ask you, what map are you going to use to displace this text? Well, we've created the map earlier with the displaced.psd, the black and white one, remember? There it is. Now we're going to click OK or Open. Now I don't know if you saw that, but let's zoom in just a little bit. Just a little bit here. Now I'm going to do a before, after, before, after. You see how it's starting to wrap on those angles of my face? Do you see that right there? So there it is. We got it displaced. I'm going to zoom back a little bit. Now I want you to create a new layer mask. It's at the bottom of the layers panel. A new layer mask on that displaced layer. Bam! And B for your brush, and remember, black hides and white reveals. Now make sure your brush is hard, hardness all the way up. And if it's acting funny, just change the brush and reset the settings, because we did create a star brush with some spacing, and it might be acting funny. If it is, just go up and change it. And I'm going to brush away, because black hides and white reveals. I'm going to brush away all the text that I don't want to see. Say bye-bye, bye-bye. Okay, I have brushed away all the type, and I'm going to hit F on my keyboard and go into a different view mode so I can zoom in and show you a little bit. I used a mask, and you can see the mask, what the mask did over here, and I brushed away most of it. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the glasses too, because it's kind of bothering me. There we go, just like that. There we go, and then this one over here. And we brush in black, and if you do too much and take too much type off, just press X and click to white, or start brushing in white. Take off the center of the glass. There we go, isn't that beautiful? A little bit more. I would get in here real fine if I wanted to, but don't really have time for that. So there we go. So it's just on my face. And now just a few more things that you can do to make your image look kind of cool. You can change the blending mode from this drop down if you have that selected, from normal to linear burn or color burn or any of these right here. Um, like let's see, let's look at darker color. How about overlay? Didn't really see a change there. But anyway, I'm going to go to linear burn, which is right here, and I'm going to drop the fill. Drop in the fill, drop in the fill. See how it's starting to get lighter? So that's kind of cool. And you can also double click and add layer effects or hit your effects button down here. And you can give it some inner shadow, some stroke, or whatever you want. Okay? So when you're done with that, ooh, I don't want it on my teeth. Let's get back on there. Brush, fill that back up. Fill that back up. B for my brush. Put this back on normal. And brush that off. There we go. And my lips. I don't really like it on my lips there either. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, guys. That right there. Okay? So do a file save and let it be an original PSD file. Don't change it. And then do a save as. Command-Shift-S. This is the time when you need to change to JPEG and name it your name. Okay? Very important. That's what you turn in, that JPEG. And again, it's 2.6 megs. You can go to 8 here to make it smaller. Now it's 600K. Click OK, and that's what you turn in. Okay? Any questions? Feel free to message me. See ya.